Lebanon has formed a new government after weeks of negotiations and US involvement. Prime Minister Nawaf Salam announced the 24-member cabinet, pledging financial reforms, reconstruction and border stability with Israel. The process was delayed due to political divisions, particularly over Shi'ite ministers linked to Hezbollah and Amal. The move is seen as crucial to unlocking reconstruction funds after the recent war. Meanwhile, an Israeli airstrike in eastern Lebanon killed 6 people and wounded 2 near Janata in the Bekaa region. The attack comes despite a fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. The US has set a red line against Hezbollah's inclusion in Lebanon's government after its military setbacks against Israel last year. Deputy Middle East Envoy Morgan Orgatus said Orgatus, the first senior US official to visit Lebanon under President Trump, arrived following Joseph Aoun's election as Lebanese president. We are joined by our 2 guests today, Gautam Mukherjee and we are joined by our reporter today, Aditya Wadwan. Aditya, what can you tell us about this new government formed in Lebanon?
Well, if you see, Tom, the new Prime Minister of Lebanon, Nawaf Salam, he has the 2 priorities which he is after forming the government. 2 priorities for him are like to negotiate the ceasefire deal with Israel and to grow the mutual trust for Lebanon, be it globally or from within people. What has happened. We also saw that the newly elected president of Lebanon, who has been elected, Aoun. He is also pro-United States, if you see. So, there is a very growing significance now since there is a Donald Trump administration that has taken charge of the affairs in the United States of America, which is absolutely pro-Israel. The Lebanon, as far as the Hezbollah is concerned, this newly elected government in Lebanon would look to to limit the activities of the Hezbollah that they have been doing against Israel, because what has happened, now the US is fully supporting Israel, and now Israel is also looking to flush out all the be it Hezbollah militants in Lebanon or the Hamas militants in Gaza. So now it is a very interesting situation, because the president of Lebanon is pro-US and US is pro-Israel. So if we see, it is very essential for this new Lebanese government to establish good relations with Israel and I think to partially dismantle Hezbollah from operating from its soil. Yes, Tom, back to you in the studio.
We are joined by Gautam Mukherjee, senior journalist, joining us here from New Delhi. Gautam, what can you tell us about this new government, and also is there any risk of Hezbollah being involved? And also, if you could talk about the relationship with Israel that this new government is planning to bring in.
Well, the government is appointing a cabinet. The government was recently formed after a ceasefire was brokered by the United States. Israel still occupies a section of southern Lebanon, eastern Lebanon. And as you pointed out, it's still attacking Hezbollah outposts. The cabinet is made up of Muslim as well as Christian ministers, half Christian, half Muslim, of which a number of them are somewhat sympathetic, if not outright plants from the Hezbollah. So they are having trouble. Certain nominees are rejected, new ones are being brought in. However, this is a definite hopeful sign for the future, should this government survive up until 26, halfway through, when elections are due. And in other words, gradually you're returning to some form of normalcy, which has been missing in Lebanon completely, like Gaza, which was totally hijacked by the Hamas. Lebanon has been dominated and run by the Hezbollah. Now, the Hezbollah has been much damaged, largely uprooted by Israel. And so there is a chance for the Lebanon to gradually achieve normalcy with the support of the United States.
Gautam, Lebanon's new government, Prime Minister Salam, stood on a podium and pledged reform and salvation. Do we see any truth for this in the future?
Well, yes, I think it's a matter of being propped up quite a lot by the United States and the Israelis, and as long as he has the backing of these outside forces, he may be able to implement quite a lot because they will also provide the finance to do so. Lebanon is wrecked and needs a lot of money from outside for the reconstruction. Anything is possible as long as the Hezbollah is kept out of interfering.